Well, we have a gigantic water heater here. It's a state commercial grade say. So we're going to drain this out, and I'm going to check the elements, and I'm going to maybe replace this. And we got this anode rod for these big boys here. And let's move this out of the way. Turn off everything, turn your water supply off, and turn your power off, and we'll get to work. On this particular model, I had to dig out about 8 inches down to get to the thing. I hope I can get to it and not. Okay, here we go, drain this out. Well, at least it's coming out. Let's go see what is coming out. I'm going to pull that drain off either way. Well, not exactly flying out of there, is it? Kind of what I was thinking would happen. It's clogged up. 5 new ones, okay? Just don't worry about it. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, I could feel the chunks. I got this short line, and you could feel the chunks just blowing through. Let's go out on the road and see what we got. All right, me and my big mouth. Drain's a quarter mile away, it seems like. All right, let's see what's in this stuff. Okay, let's see what there is. Okay, that's gonna fall out and go down in there. Be like the end of Strangers on the Train, wouldn't it? All right, let's see what we got. Oh, there's some chunkies. And there's what you get. Let's get rid of that. And okay, this is round 2. Looks a little bit more rusty to me, but we'll see in a second. Yep. There you go. Okay, I think we can drain it and blow stuff out of the bottom now. I didn't think it'd be that much.
Let's try it one more time.
I feel confident that the power's off, but it won't hurt to just run this in there and just make sure. Okay, if it's off there, it's off there. So what you do now is you pull one of the sides off the element, which is that part right there, and you just run a continuity check on that and see if it's if it gives continuity, it's good. If it's open, it's bad. Okay, so you just check here and just listen for the beep. Okay, that one's good. And this is usually the one that suffers because it's down in the gunk. But we'll see. It should go beep. Yay! Both elements are good, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. Put it over here. Done with that. It took the big boy here to get this loose, and I got my big long hemostats ready for action, and this is where we're going to look at the rod. All right, there you go. There's the loveliness. She's a mite warm still, a little bit, not too bad. And there you are. There it is. In all its glory. Okay.
Looks like it did.
I brought some long brushes to clean it out, and I brought my air wand that I used on mine, and got the air compressor about ready to go. I went ahead and bought a better valve. And just in the event of such an emergency, I got I do the dope and the tape master tape. And just in case, I got one of those, but I ain't gonna tell nobody, because if you don't need it, take it back. If you keep messing with this and it starts dripping, then you just do it right here, right now. I don't have to worry about it. By the way, this thing is clogged now, so I'm gonna have to take it off. So, yep, she's clogged. This thing ought to have a pan under it. I don't know why it doesn't. I don't know. I wish I would have got a longer pipe, but I didn't. So this is completely clogged. So we're going to take this off, and we'll see what ends up in here in a minute. Well, I shot air. I put some water in it, shot air in it. Look at all that junk. Whoa, it's just coming out like gangbusters. That's a nice valve. Alright, so this was the first blowout. Yep, as expected. Okay, one more time, then we're going to put that thing in and call this done. Okay, I'm up on the ladder. I got that valve on. I got that valve off. It's on, but it's turned off. That valve is off, and that's that big deep crevice in there. And here's our new rod. I like that it has the extension on it. That makes it real easy. Once again, that's a 30 millimeter. Well, that didn't give me a problem like I thought it was going to. See, my thing was, I was thinking that this, well, let me do this with both hands. I had a little trouble getting the new one to start. Actually, it would start, and then in several turns, it would foul up. So this is the original anode rod, and you see how those threads at the base are flat, two up from the bottom. This was stripped when it was put on at the factory. They cross-threaded it at the factory. See, those threads are kind of sharp, and then as you go around, whew, nothing like the smell of limestone in the morning. And then as you go around, they flatten. You can see how sharp that is, how dull that is, and how flat. So that's a little bit of a problem, but I've kind of massaged it back and forth a few times, and it feels like it's going in plenty of threads. And I use tape and dope. So, you know, how many cars have I seen coming off the carrier that are right from the factory and they're dented up and they don't run, and I've seen that several times. You know, so just because it's new don't mean it works. So I got it in there, and I did have to kind of bring up the edges a little bit because I'm using an impact driver, and that's a little thicker, but that's not bad at all. And you can put a little insulation over that if you felt like it, but the wire's going to be coming out. So I'll tighten it up, and then I'm going to let it sit for a minute. I'm going to tighten it again, and then we're going to hook it up, and then we're going to fill it up, and we'll see what happens. Okay, I've got it all hooked up. I got my little earthing wire there. I got it plugged into the back. I got the wire going out to an outlet. I changed that filter too, and so it's filling up now. But then we're going to call that enough. We did the job. It's going to make hot water. So give us a thumbs up, and we'll talk later. And thanks for spending time with me. And it's always something, isn't it? Bye-bye.